Well, good morning, everybody, and welcome to this edition of Notary Know-How's Tuesday's Table Talk. My name is Melissa Watts.
And I am Dina Spinks. Notary Know How is dedicated to helping each and every one of you grow and expand your business by finding additional income streams. Today, we are going to explore the area of field inspection services.
That's right, Dina. And joining us today is Emilio Jaca. Did I say that right?
Thank you very
Emilio?
much, Miss Melissa.
Yeah.
Yes, you did.
So Emilio has been very active in this area for quite some time, and he has a tremendous amount of experience and a lot of information to share with us today. Welcome, Emilio.
Thank you very much, Melissa. Again, I appreciate the invitation. My name is Emilio Jaca, and I've been doing field inspections for roughly about a year or so. And what really drew my attention to this was just knowing how I could, receive some extra income. Excuse me.
Mhm.
And I know a lot of us are in the need of nowadays of a few dollars.
Well, we had the opportunity to talk with Emilio several weeks ago, and he is a wealth of information when it comes to field inspection services. Over the years, I have done a number of these, but Emilio really shed some light on this for us. Emilio, for those who have no clue what we are talking about, can you please give us a brief description of what field inspections are?
Yes, everyone. So, field inspections or field service work is basically you are supporting out there the role to provide a service for mortgage, banks, finance companies, commercial banks, field service firms, federal agency, Visa, MasterCard, believe it or not. And also there's mystery shoppers.
Mhm. Well, can you give our listeners a little bit of background on you and how you got started doing field inspection services?
Honestly, thank you very much. I came up on field service inspections through the NNA actually. There was a
Mhm.
small link at the bottom that had said field inspections. And it just caught my attention. And me being the curious cat, like always, I decided to go on the link. And the next thing I know, I applied for a couple and I quickly started getting approvals to work as an independent contractor with them.
Mhm.
Well, I have been doing this for some time, but there is something that you brought out in one of our recent conversations that kind of blew my mind. You said that there were upward of 250 different types of field inspection services. Could you please tell us a little bit about that?
Yes, thank you very much, Ms. Dina. There are the different various ones are delinquencies, debt letters. Those could be residential or commercial. For myself, I have done residential, which were debt letters leaving at the door.
Mhm.
But also, I have done what they're called annual inspections for banks. I just pretty much drive in front of the home, take a picture of the house, take a picture of the mailbox and the address, and I'm on my way. The other one, right? The other one was business verifications. So I had went to a hotel on this occasion. Took me about 30 minutes, 45 minutes. Scheduled an appointment with the hotel owner, and pretty much just took pictures, validating the area to make sure everything is clean, safe, and operational.
That that has been my experience as well. So, as a matter of fact, I did one yesterday, and it was a business verification, just making sure that the business was up and operational, and that the equipment they said they had is the equipment that they had. So, yes, it can. It wasn't very time consuming and paid well. So I really enjoyed it. I haven't done a whole lot of them, but those are usually ones that I have done, or businesses. But I think, one thing that people are confused about is how to get started. Because when I first, like you, when I came across it through the NNA website and clicked it and everything, there wasn't a whole lot of training and everything. And what am I supposed to do? So since you've already been kind of down this road, can you give us some pointers as to how to get started in learning about field inspection services?
Okay, so one of the main things is obviously, your time. Your time is important to get started, and you need a reliable transportation and a
Yeah.
smartphone. A few years ago, before the smartphone, the Polaroid camera was used, and it would actually print it out and mail it off. I was
Oh,
just
wow.
speaking to an old colleague of mine who used to do it that way. So there aren't any subscriptions to these because they're third party companies that are seeking independent contractors. Pretty much, they're hiring you as a free agent. Some of them may pay for the background check and some of them may not. I'm not familiar with all of the companies because I've only worked for maybe about 5 or 10 of them, and they keep me pretty busy. Um, so that's one way to start. The other way to start is I'm your lifeline right now. So,
Yeah.
I'm open to providing any questions that anyone has. And to the best of my knowledge, as I keep going on and learning about 250, which I haven't reached yet.
Wow, that's a tremendous goal.
That is, that is. Emilio, something that all of us who are interested in expanding in this area are interested in finding out is who to get established with and which companies to avoid. Can you give us an example of, say, the top 5 companies that have the best reputation for giving assignments and that pay well? And the bottom line is people want to know if they can really make money doing field inspections.
Okay, okay. So the top five that I currently have had listed on my own, and I actually did work for them, was Sandcastle was one of them. That's the first one that gave me the first gig. The pay, I am going to be very honest, was extremely low. So I didn't realize that this was kind of like a bidding thing. So they were posting field inspections for about $6, $8, and I actually did about 20 of them, and I didn't make much money. But as I went along, I started bidding, right? So I bid the fee higher for myself so I can earn better. So I started bidding about $20 to $25, and they actually started accepting it, and I started making a little bit more money. Uh, the next following one is photo inspections. That one is basically you drive up, take a picture of the home, of the address, front view, and you do a small assessment of a couple of questions, local area, schools around, and things like that. They're all mostly have a couple of questions about the geographical area. PacificInspections.com is another one also. That's my number three. And Safeguard Inspections, that's my number four. And one of my favorites is Virtual Inspections. I say my favorite because I actually spoke to the owner itself, and he was very open to any questions that I had. And I've pretty much got him on Lifeline text.
Oh,
Yeah. Well, those are my five and my favorites. Any further questions on there?
well,
Okay, well,
just to
go
kind
ahead,
of
Melissa.
I was just say, just to kind of piggyback on something you referred to earlier, and on that when we're talking about fees and everything. And I'm not just referring to the fee that they pay you, but there are fees you have to pay.
Mhm.
So as a notary and as a notary signing agent, I know that for me, I list my information on uh, every every website that I can to get more jobs and everything. And some of them are free listings and some of them are not. But we constantly are updating our information and our reviews as well, on these signing services, including which ones are free and which ones do have a fee. So, do you have anything? Number one, do you have anything like that where you've got a list that shows these companies and how much they charge? And I know you said sometimes they charge for a background fee and sometimes they don't. But then, tell us your experience regarding these fees. I know you said some of them started out at $6, but then you were able to bid. How does that work?
Yeah, so those were the residential field inspections, and pretty much they have a little calculation that you can add in what you would prefer to get paid as a fee, and they can send you back an email with a yes or no within a day, because they're also on a timeline to make sure that
Yeah.
they make their customers happy. So they got to meet you somewhere halfway. The business verifications paid a little bit more.
Yeah.
It varied as low as 35, and I received as much as up to $75
Wow.
on one of those. I really didn't put in a bid on that until I did more, but I didn't have much because I live in such a small state, Connecticut. So my opportunities are kind of limited.
Mhm.
But hey, I'm sure as more companies, I can keep signing up for, hopefully more opportunities come, because one of them had stated to me, we don't have clients in your area, but we can put you on the list. And if you do the work, we'll keep sending you more and more. So, you got to build up your clientele pretty much.
Right.
Yeah.
It's a relationship type business.
Mhm.
Yes, it
Well,
is.
thank you
Yes,
for
it is.
that
Yes.
information. I had actually done photo inspection. I'm so sorry. I didn't realize I was muted. I had actually done some photo inspections in the past, and this one particular company that I had done work for, I got turned off and quit doing it because they were offering jobs for, $5 and
Hmm.
$6, and
Hmm.
I was gonna have to drive 20 miles just to get to where the job was, and it wasn't economically feasible for me to do that. So to hear you say all of that, that's a little bit more encouraging.
Yes.
And there are so many different types of field inspections. Maybe a photo inspections doesn't work for one person, they can do something else. I've actually done pharmaceutical company drug rep inspections. I did
Mhm.
that for a while,
Right, right.
where you go and like all of them have like a storage facility where they have to store the medicine,
Mhm.
and they have to do like quarterly audits to make sure that they're not stealing the medicine, or just to keep
Right.
everybody on the up and up. Checks and balances, you have to go in there and count it and make recordings and take pictures and all that. So I've done several different types of inspections too. So you have given us a lot of information, but when we first started the training, just wasn't there. It really wasn't. So like yourself, both Melissa and I kind of jumped into the deep end of the pool, so to speak, and have done
Yep.
well, but we did not have access to training. We're getting ready to drop a new training course on February the 4th at 2 p.m., which you all can register for on our website under the events section. However, in the meantime, if our viewers want to connect with you, Emilio, what is the best way for them to reach out to you?
Oh, well, honestly, just my direct number right now,
Okay.
which
Can
is
you
two
state
zero
what
three
that
eight zero
is? And
four
we'll be
nine
sure and
seven.
put that on the end of our website. I mean, the
Oh, no
the end of
problem.
this interview.
Okay, got it.
So what's
So
that
what is
number?
your
It,
number?
oh, it's 203-804-9797.
And they can also connect with you on Facebook as well under your name, Emilio Jaca, correct?
Thank you, thank you. And I'll get that updated so it could state field inspections. Yes.
Yeah. So, when we first connected with you, you sent us a slide presentation that you had created. I'm not talking about the presentation that we went through on our previous Zoom, but I'm talking about the slide PowerPoint presentation you created, that explains a little bit more about what you do, because you literally took, and in that slide presentation, you had an actual inspection you had done. And you showed that actual inspection you had done up there and how it was performed, where you logged in when you got there, and the pictures you took and the questions that you had to answer. and everything. So I wanted to encourage all of you to reach out to Emilio for that presentation. I know that when we connected with him, it was almost immediate. He responded immediately, and I like that. When you connect with somebody and everything, it's usually because you're hungry. You're ready for that information. You're ready to jump in with both feet. And throughout this whole process with Emilio, he has been Johnny on the spot, quick to respond and to send us that information. So, and also, if you will get him to send you that slide presentation and everything, it will also help prepare you for the Zoom class that we're going to be having on February the 4th. Dina, did you have any other questions or anything at this point?
No, I don't have any more questions. Emilio, we want to thank you so very much for joining us today. You are so kind to do this for us. And thank you for providing your contact information. I will include that at the end of this video, and I'll also include it in the comments when we post it. Thank you so much. Yes, field inspections are very definitely a viable additional income stream for notary publics.
Yes.
And even those who are not notaries, there are field inspections that can be performed by non-notaries as well. So, Emilio, thank you so much for joining us today. We are so excited that you are with us today, and we look forward to the next Tuesday Table Talk. I'm Dina.
Thank you very much. All right. Thank you very
And
much.
I'm Melissa. Have a great week.
All right, guys. Thank you.